Hi, everyone. I'm Maxine Johnson, co-chair of the Grand Rapids Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression. I'm here with Andrica Cage. She is the mother of Samuel Sterling, also known as SD by people who knew and loved him. For folks who might not be familiar with Samuel's story, could you please share a bit about him?
I'm Andrica Cage. My son is Samuel Sterling. He was murdered by Brian Keeley, an MSP officer that took his SUV and ran my son into a Burger King wall and split him in half. Besides that, that's basically who he was at the time of the murder. Before that, he was a loving father, a son, a brother, an uncle, a friend. He is he left 2 kids behind. He was my baby, and he passed away at 25.
How old were his kids when he passed?
One was 2 and one was 3.
What have been some of the difficulties you and your grandkids have navigated as a result of SP murdering their dad, Samuel?
His boys, they are with their moms. They have their ups and downs. They go through their trials and tribulations. Funds, as far as funds go, they're on their own, basically. To be honest with you, I talk to one of the kids' moms all the time, and that's Poppy's mom. She knows a lot of what I'm going through because not only that she lost my son, she lost their other baby. That was a little girl that he had a daughter by her. So she lost her daughter and my son. So she understands what I'm going through. So she doesn't really bother me too much or anything like that because she know what I'm going through. Mm-hmm. Until you actually lose a child, you never know what somebody going through.
Right.
And with Samuel being my son, I'm trying not to cry. With Samuel being my son, at the age of 25, I had a long history. So it wasn't like he was newborn or I actually watched him grow to be 25. So she understands. Besides that, with me grieving at the time, and I'm still grieving, I love my grandkids. I love all my grandkids. And we and the mother are not having contact because I wasn't ready to deal with my grandkids. They look like them. And it's a lot to it, and with me I try to put a lot of things behind me.
Right.
But looking at them, it's a lot of memories, a lot of things they do that I don't want to be around them crying all the time.
Yeah.
And that mom don't seem to understand that part.
Okay.
And a lot of people come to me like, because he passed away, I'm supposed to be around him more. But that's not true. When you grieve, it's a whole nother ball game.
Right.
So it has nothing to do with any of it, But it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So just to let the mama know, I have nothing against my grandsons. I love my son's baby mamas for being just they love my son.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I love both of them. Mm-hmm. I don't have nothing against either one of them, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So besides that, as far as me go, since this death took place, I have seen therapy. I've seen a couple of different therapies because with grief, you go from one grieving to they send you to another one, and they send you to another one. So a lot of people has heard this story. I have been from suicidal to trying to figure out life. I'm stuck And that's my biggest thing right now is I'm stuck. I haven't moved on. And I don't never know when I'm going to move on, but I'm stuck.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck in the past. So,
can you tell us a little bit about who Samuel was?
Samuel, he was an entertainer. He started off, let me tell you, he started off playing football at East Kentwood. He had a scholarship that he lost because of stupid stuff, but he was a football player. He loved soccer. He loved, oh my God, my son wrestled. He had so many trophies from wrestling to soccer, and he was a basketball. He loved playing sports. It's just when he got to be in high school, his last year in high school, it seemed like the whole world changed for him. And when his daughter passed, his whole life changed. It just went from here to boom. Yeah. It went dead. And a lot of people don't seem to understand that his world changed when his daughter passed.
How old was he when that happened?
My son was 19.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
When his daughter passed, and his whole world, and he says it in the songs. He says all the time that, since his daughter passed, he felt less of a man, and I feel him on that. Yeah. Because when he passed,
right,
it took my life away.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If you could tell us about what happened that day.
I talked to my son on the 16th that morning, and I was like, Dede, you can't park, and I still got the text to this day. You can't park on the sidewalk with the car. And he was like, okay. I went to work that morning, and next thing you know, I got a phone call at around 11 o'clock that said that they had caught my son. And I'm like, okay, well, damn. That was my whole situation. Like, damn, okay. I still haven't found out that they killed him.
Who was calling you?
My daughter.
Okay.
My youngest daughter called me. He's like, hey, Mom, they caught Daddy. I was like, okay. I'm going to have to do this time with him, and whatever time he got, I'm going to have to do the time, and we're going to do it from there. Then I got the phone call later from his dad that says they killed my baby. And I'm like, huh? So in my head, because we always get shot, I'm thinking, they done shot my baby.
Right.
And I'm like, okay. And they telling me to go to Metro. So I don't even think I punched out. I don't even know what happened because I'm at work. Right. So I get to the hospital just to find out that he was hit with a car and cut in half and at the hospital. So, and that was the basics. He died at the scene, but they swear up and down he died at the hospital. My son died at 11 o'clock at Burger King. I got pictures of my son laying there with handcuffs on, just dead.
So what the police told you what happened, and the photos and what I think you found out after the fact, those things don't match up.
No, they don't match up at all. I with me looking at the pictures and looking at my son laying on that ground, Burger King ground, my son was already dead. He was looking up at the sky dead. He didn't blink. He didn't do anything. He with them handcuffs, and he was already dead. Mm-hmm. And it's just crazy how I don't know. And so when he got to the hospital, they said they was trying to bring him back to life, but he was already dead. They couldn't bring him back. He was internal bleeding.
Yeah.
So I pulled the covers back at the hospital and seen him split in half. Only thing that they did was take a metal bar to keep him together. But I don't know if you went to the other rally, but we had pictures of him sliced in half.
Yeah. And you had to see that.
Yeah. I put everybody out the room and took those pictures and took the pictures of the last teardrop to everything.
So MSP was pursuing him. Was that officer off duty at the time?
They said he was an undercover officer, but my thing is this. We was at a Burger King, and you see everybody that was chasing my son at that particular time was on foot. They would have caught him eventually.
Okay.
But they were on foot. You was the only one in that car, and you decided to skip over. If you went to Burger King, you see there are sidewalks. You can see there's a curve. You went over that curve, hit my son into that wall, and y'all pushed that car back because it bounced.
He was pinned between the car and the wall.
Mm-hmm. And the car was pinned. They pushed the car back, and as soon as they pushed the car back, he jumps out, and he says out of his own mouth that he told them not to handcuff them, but they did. But I don't even know if that's the truth because he didn't lie so many different times.
The officer,
he said he slipped on water. Come on now. You got three other tires. Yeah.
Says his car slipped?
He said his car skid onto some water and jumped over the curve. There's so many different lies that was been told that he said. That was all a bunch of bull crap. He didn't. Then they said, well, he put it on brakes. You shouldn't have been going that fast in the parking lot anyway, because it couldn't have just been my son. It could have been somebody else, or you could have hit another car. Yep. When you're doing something like that, you should be cautious of everybody.
If you value lives,
right? If you value, but it doesn't work that way. And plus, that being a restaurant, you don't know who could have been out there.
Children could have been. Were they still? So he's pinned. Are they still shouting at him to?
They still shouting at him, telling him to put his hands up, and he asking them, "Why you hit me like that?" And
Can he move at that time?
At that time, he was balled up. He was in a ball shape, like if you was a baby. He was balled up, and they were still stretching him out, still trying to put handcuffs on him, and he just kept on saying he in pain, and they was like, just lay there, just lay there. If you see the video, you will see that they're telling him, just lay there. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, you get hit with a car, and you tell me.
See what you can do.
Right, it's people that get hit with cars all day and can't even move.
Right.
So what makes you think that he was going to be able to move after you hit him with that car?
Right, and what threat is he posing?
At that time, they said, oh, let's check him to see if he had a gun. He didn't have no gun. He didn't have no weapons, no drugs, no nothing on him. Wow. So it was just, and they go back to like, well, we heard he had a gun before. If he had a gun, and this is what people fail to understand, if somebody have a gun, they're going to shoot at you. And he was running. So with him running away, he was not a threat.
Running for his life.
Right, running away. So with him running away, he was not a threat.
Right.
If he wanted to have a weapon, he would have shot. But because he did not have a weapon, he was not a threat to nobody. So then they bring it up to he was trying to get into Burger King. What can he do in Burger King? What they failed to really understand, I can't really say it, but there was somebody in Burger King that he knew that would have tried to protect him or get in contact with me to let him know this is what's going on.
He was running for safety.
Running for safety.
And he was almost there.
And he was always there. So that's why people don't understand. He knew people in Burger King. So it wasn't to hurt anybody because he knew people that was in Burger King.
Right.
How they think that I end up getting the tapes? Because there was somebody in Burger King gave me them tapes.
Yeah.
That's how I just don't understand. What did my son do so bad that he had to get hit with a car?
And let's acknowledge the power imbalance, the police, and an unarmed black man. Why are you threatened as an officer? You have a car, and you're probably armed, and you have training. Why are you threatened by this unarmed man who's not doing anything?
But running.
Like,
I don't know. I for some reason or another, I really believe the police are scared of blacks and browns. I have seen on TV alone that it was a white guy with a whole rifle pointing at a police officer, if anybody remember that.
Yeah.
And that police officer rolled back, came to that man's house and picked him up.
Not a threat.
And not a threat.
Yep.
Any person that's brown and black, there's a threat. It's something about us that actually put a threat to the police life. We're not, everybody is not the same. There's everybody, it doesn't matter. If I look at a white person, I can't say this white person's racist. I can't say that this white person ain't racist until I get to know that person. Everybody is not the same. We're not, everybody, you can't put all black people in one area. You can't put all white people in another area. That's where you become the racist person, and I'm never going to be that. I go by your judgment. If you are hurting me or my family, then I can say you are the particular person. It's not everybody. And a lot of us black people are not harmful.
Yeah.
It's just simple as that. They try to make it, after my son got killed, I got a lot of threats from the police.
You did.
Alone that was in my inbox that they sat there and said that I raised it a hoodlum, a monkey. I mean, I got so much stuff, and I should be ashamed of myself. I should kill myself, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, you know what? It is what it is. And what I raised my son to be was a young man that lost a life because of a dumb person that thought that he could go above the law. Yeah. That's just simple as that.
Right.
My son was not a harm to nobody. My son would take off his shirt. Anybody that know him would tell you, my son would take his shirt off for you. He got your back. He would look out for you. But once you bite him or betray him, he going to step back. He ain't going to mess with you no more. He will step back. And he got that from me. Once you bite me, I'm going to observe you for a minute. But I will step back and be like, I'm good. Mm-hmm. You know, that's just a part of our life that we all do. Mm-hmm. And that's just who my son was. And everybody I know since this incident comes up to me like, I know Samuel. I know SD. That's what they call him, SD. I know SD. He was so kind. He'd do this. He'd talk to me, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, that was my son. And if people don't know, I have other kids that never been in trouble in their life. So it's just this one that went a little left because he went through his trials and tribulations with his daughter and other things that happened in the household.
But didn't deserve to die.
He didn't deserve to die. My son didn't do anything that deserved to die. And as far as it goes, he was on probation violation, so that was the thing they claimed. So
okay. How do you view the police now as opposed to before this happened?
I won't call the police. I don't care if my house on fire. That mug just gonna burn down. I'm not calling 911 to save my life. I'd rather go get my own water and pour it and put it out.
Did you feel like you could, like that was an option before this happened?
At first, I'm blinded to a lot of things.
Yeah.
I grew up not knowing racism.
I mean, we're socialized to believe that when you need help, when something's happening, you call the police.
Right. But you can't call the police. When I do get around the police, I get anxiety.
Yeah.
I don't really want to deal with them. Mm-hmm. I had to go. Where I work at. I had to go deliver a package to the state police, and I got so upset.
Yeah. Because
this is the same building that I had to watch my son die on.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't call the police for nothing. I'm sorry. If I can't help you myself, there's nothing I would call them for. Mm-hmm. They're not here to help. Mm-hmm. They're here to basically help who they want to help.
Yep.
So everybody will not get that help.
Absolutely.
We are a threat to the police. So they're terrorizing not just grown-ups, they're terrorizing our kids now.
Yep.
To a point that you can't teach. You try to teach your kids to say, okay, they supposed to be the good guys, but you can't really say. I heard someone the other day in Muskegon, an officer helped a homeless man to give him a sandwich. Come on now, you gave him half of your sandwich. Why you just didn't go buy him a sandwich? Yeah. You get it for free,
right?
So is that supposed to give you brownie points?
Yeah,
not in my book,
right? We can say that if someone is running away, has their back turned, we've kind of talked about this already. They're no longer a threat to the officer. What would you say to the officers who chose to respond to Samuel's, there's no violence? What would you say to them?
I did see some officers in that video that did chase my son. And
the ones on foot.
They wasn't a threat. Mm-hmm. But when they seen that the officer did hit my son with that car, you could see some of their expressions. Like, wow, did this just happening?
Really?
If you really go back to that video, you could see the one right at the end of the curve that he looked at it, was like, are you, his expression, and he turned around like, wow, did this just happen? Okay. Like he didn't want any parts of it. Mm-hmm. I did see some that laughed after the fact that my son got killed. I know that when they did report it, they never told the fire department, from what the fire department said, they never told them that a car hit somebody. They just waited. You have to actually see the video. Mm-hmm. And when you look at the video, they didn't tell the fire department nothing. They just heard that it was an accident. They never said what was happening, any of that. Mm-hmm. So I really believe that they set it up to a point that they wanted my son to die at that moment.
They wanted to, or they didn't care that it happened?
They didn't care it happened. They didn't. Yeah. Because like I said, I got pictures of the fire department standing over my son, just while he's laying there. Yeah. I got those pictures. Everybody that was at that place at that time was not a hero to me. Yeah. I can't even say they was a hero. They were all together, and the day that and they proved to me that they were all together. Yeah. The day that we had court, the first day of court, everybody that was in there had blue on, and me and his dad was in there by ourselves. Really? And they showed me their true colors. Yeah,
they stick together.
They stick together, no matter if they right or wrong.
Fault. Yeah,
none of that.
Yeah.
So I just sit back and I like, if there are police officers there, and I do have some police officers that go up under the cover, they be like, that was wrong, that he did that, blah, blah, blah.
But they're not off the record,
yes, but they're not going to admit it on the record. And those are the ones that I got to still put in the same category that you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yes.
Because there got to be.
Say it with your chest or don't say it at all.
Yeah. That shows me how fake you are. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. Have you seen any changes in the conduct of local law enforcement?
No, since my eyes have been open, and I tell anybody, until it hit home, you never will see. Yeah. Because before this happened, I never even knew half of this stuff was going on. Mm-hmm. I was blinded to it. I was raised, and I'm over 50 now, so I was raised in a Catholic school, so I would never even imagine half of the stuff that's going on. But now that it happened in my home, I see everything. It's like a whole mask came off of my face that I see everything. I see from how they attack families, how they break up families, how they hurt kids, how they train the kids. Mm-hmm. It's nothing that I would be proud of. I couldn't be proud of as a. So, yeah. So
you haven't seen any changes, positive or negative?
None positive that I have seen. Like I said, with the sandwich and Muskegon officer, you don't get brownie points for a sandwich. Yeah. If you wanted to do something, you should have gave him a whole sandwich, and then I probably would have been like, okay, yeah, you are one of the good ones, but, you don't get no brownie points from me.
Yeah. And just the fact that like asking credit, wanting credit for that and acknowledgement for that kind of takes away now we know why you did it.
Exactly.
You know?
Because something like that, that shouldn't even been broadcast if you did it out of kindness of your heart.
Yeah.
But you wanted to get credit for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you noticed any accountability?
No.
Yeah.
And nobody is accountable for what that. The officer that killed my son, he got immunity. So he has no accountability. The judge gave him accountability. And I don't understand. Maybe me and her didn't see the same thing. Maybe me and the world didn't see the same thing. But as I said, until it hit home, you'll never know how a grieving mother feels.
I assume they saw the video.
I assume they looked, they didn't see it.
Okay.
For what it was. They just watch it. It's like you watching TV and you basically see that scene, but then
these are characters. These are
characters. Yeah. This is blah blah. And in the past of that being a character or a movie, you watch the movie, you get up, you leave, but then when you go back to watch that movie again, you be like, I missed that part. Yeah. So it's like you got to constantly watch that movie over and over again until you actually focus on that movie. And I don't believe that she actually was focusing on that movie. On my son's, how they did my son. My son didn't get no help when he was at that Burger King. They didn't tell that somebody got hit by a car, because I really believe if they would have told that somebody got hit by a car, the police would have not did what they did to that certain extent. There would have been somebody out there getting my son that could have saved him.
Not even hit by a car, pinned by a car.
Yeah.
Like, that's purposeful, right?
Yeah.
What do you think would have been different had SD been white?
They wouldn't have chased him like that. They went in with a car. I have seen a lot of officers that have actually did probably the same thing my son did, run. As I told you.
I would run. If someone's chasing me, I run.
Right. Like, I didn't seen, like I said, with the officer, with the guy with the gun.
Right.
They didn't do anything. They didn't call the police. They didn't nothing.
Oh, I can talk to him.
Yeah. So it's all, I'm not calling it a race thing, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I don't think he would have been chased. I don't think he would have been pinned. I don't think
he would have been dead.
Yes. I don't think first responders would have just stood there laughing.
Yeah.
I don't think the officer would have been granted immunity. All of these things, I think it's race.
Yeah.
I do.
And you probably the first one to actually say that out of your own mouth.
Oh. And I'll say it again. It's because he was black.
Because it's a lot.
It's racism.
It was a lot. It's just, I don't know.
It shouldn't have happened.
It shouldn't have. I shouldn't even have to be here telling my son's story.
No.
So,
and I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you didn't do it, so.
But it's not okay.
Yeah.
That it happened. That it happens all the time. All across the country. That I've heard so many stories. The fact that I know so many moms and loved ones like you, that's not okay.
Well, they think it's okay.
I know. It's normalized.
We don't get a chance. And they say over and over again, well, we got chances. We don't have chances. No. We learn to adapt.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's survival.
And we are, a lot of black people are in survival.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't seem to understand that. When you're at the bottom of the chain, you are in survival mode. Yeah. Every dollar, every cent, every conversation, you have to pay attention. You have to watch. You have to do what you got to do. We're not robots. You can't train us. Mm-hmm. And they want us to be trained, and that's not how life goes.
And it affects the way you move in the world as a person of color. You're in survival mode. Mm-hmm. And all these laws are in place to, to oppress you so that when you break them because you're trying to survive, you need food, you need shelter, we can lock you up for it. That's all purposeful. Yeah.
The laws are not built for white people, to a certain rich white people. Let me put it like that. They are built for low class, blacks, browns.
Yeah, they don't apply to
Yeah.
the
If you don't
privilege.
have the money,
Yeah,
them laws is only applied to us.
absolutely. Are you okay discussing the upcoming trial involving the Attorney General versus MSP?
I really don't have the eyesight for that because I only know so much. All I do know is that she appealed it.
The Attorney General.
The Attorney General has appealed the case because he had gotten immunity. So she appealed it. She said she wasn't buying that. That's the only thing that I do know.
Okay.
Until that actually go from there, I can't really say because I don't really know. I know he tries to put the lawsuit on hold until that case is done because he didn't want to get on the stand.
He being MSP.
The police officer, Brian Keeley, he put it on hold, the lawsuit, because he don't want to get on the stand and tell.
Oh, I wonder why.
Exactly. So he don't want to incriminate himself. So
I thought he didn't do anything wrong.
No,
it was a puddle. Okay.
Yeah. So everything has been put on hold.
Okay. So you don't have a timeline yet?
No. Okay. Don't have a time. It was supposed to be this year at the end of the year, but they took everything. Okay. Everything has been on hold now.
Okay. What do you think could prevent situations like these in the future? For example, some folks call for requiring mental health and racial discrimination trainings for police.
They definitely need that. They definitely need to be trained on different races. I believe if you are a suburban person and you want to be a police officer, you need to be trained with more blacks. And blacks need to be trained with more whites so that you can get the feel of who you're dealing with. Mm-hmm. Because if you live way out in the boondocks, you can't tell me how our inner city is.
Sure.
Because we officers and people should be able to get to know each other. So you know if this person has a mental illness.
They have to build relationships.
Yeah, relationships. Because if you have a mental illness, you can't sit there and tell me that this person know better if they have a mental illness.
Right.
And then you got to understand who this person is and who this person is. Don't just assume that this person is a bad guy. Yeah. You don't know what that person did. As, for instance, like my son, he grew up in sports. He grew up in a happy home to a certain extent. Every home has their downs. So he grew up to that. And until his daughter passed, his world switched.
Right.
And wouldn't nobody know that because
there's no relationship there.
Yeah, we don't speak about that.
Yeah.
So some things we just don't do. So you don't know where the downline came to why he became this person, how you become a football player to now you running from the police. Mm-hmm. And that's because you didn't know him.
Yeah. So the onus is on the police to bridge that gap.
Yes.
Sort of build that relationship.
They need to have some relationship contact. They need to be able to talk to somebody. They shouldn't just assume, okay, we got this young man that been in trouble 2 years ago. Okay, yeah, he been in trouble 2 years ago. You need to figure out why he's in trouble. Yeah. You need to figure out, okay, let's see what's really going on.
Yeah. Maybe
he's in a home of abusive home. Maybe and he's trying to run away from that, or he's acting out because of this and this and this. You don't never know because until you actually get to build that relationship with that person. I'm not saying all of it's good. I'm not saying all of it's bad, but
you don't know until you know them.
Right.
Yeah, that's a person with a history.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
But police ain't gonna do that.
You don't think so?
They'll never want to build a relationship with the inner city or the outer city. They're right and wrong. I have heard people say that the police are trained to kill.
Yeah.
They're not trained to get to know you.
Yeah, or protect you.
Or protect you. They're trained to kill.
Yeah. And I think that's why a lot of people want to become a police officer.
To kill you.
Because they want that power.
They want that power to kill.
Yeah.
But what they fail to understand, there are people out here that don't like police, that's willing to kill too. what goes around comes around.
Yeah.
And that's just, and the reason why I'm saying that is because it says it in the Bible, an eye for an eye sometimes, but it ain't really an eye from an eye. It's God got his picks. And if he don't kill you, you don't never get what you return.
Yeah.
So if you give out wrong, you get wrong back. Mm-hmm. And that's a part of God's life.
Yeah. As GRAARPR, we demand for community control of the police, which means taking power away from police and giving it back to the people. To quote the GRAARPR website, whether the demand is for defunding, demilitarization, or transparency, every police department, every police policy, every dollar spent on law enforcement, and every officer, chief, and superintendent should be subject to the will of the people, not the other way around. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, we should defund the police. I really believe that because they're taking our tax dollars to kill us.
Yeah.
And that's not right.
Right.
When you took that job, as you knew what you were getting into. That's with anybody. When we take a job, we know what we get into because the description is just plain as day. You know that you're going to be harmed. You know you might not be harmed. You might not get to go home to your family. You might get to come home to your family. That's a chance that you took. Mm-hmm. But paying you more money is not going to be the solving of our problems. Yeah. As I said, the problem is you have to get to know your people. Mm-hmm. But right now with Trump's situation, it's going to be hard for us to fight that. We should be able to have to open up our mouth. We should be able to stand on the corner and give our rights of how we feel without having to get pepper sprayed, without us getting hurt or them pushing us back or running the ground. It's crazy. When I went to the Patrick thing, I seen a lady get arrested and she didn't intentionally do it. She had a cigarette in the back of her pocket. She pulled out her phone, and the cigarette fell on the floor. She didn't pay no attention to it, and she got arrested.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was some petty stuff because we're standing up for our rights, our freedom of speech. And it's crazy how they want us to stay quiet, and I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And for context, that was the trial for the officer who killed Patrick Loyola, another black man who was,
that got shot in the back of his head. That shouldn't even got shot in the back of his head.
Yeah.
But, I like I said, they killing us. They went from lynching to shooting.
Yeah.
Now they're running you over with a car.
Yeah.
So,
and then
this is crazy.
Immunity.
Now immunity. They get away with everything.
Yeah.
Every officer so far has gotten immunity for doing wrong.
Yeah.
But like I said, until it hit their home, it is what it is. All I can do is keep talking about my son, keep fighting for him, keep fighting for everybody. I don't know how long I'm going to be fighting before they try to take me out. Because with me speaking about my son is really putting a mark on me.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that.
Yeah.
But it puts a mark on me, but I'm not afraid. And the reason why I'm not afraid because I got God. Yeah. So I'm not afraid of dying. I'm not afraid of none of that.
We don't want you to feel like you're alone in that.
I got the best team out here, so I'm not going to even worry about it. Once if something ever happened to me, I know they're going to continue and going on for my son. So, yeah.
What are ways that people can support you in that fight?
Continue talking about my son. Keep spreading the word. Keep talking about him because as long as we keep talking, they can't shut us down. Yeah. They can't shut what everybody have seen, what everybody heard. It's when you become silent is when everything has been put away in boxes.
Got to keep the pressure on them.
Got to keep, As long as you do that, we good.
Yeah. I think the police want, they get away with these things. They do these things. They kill these people. And then it's normalized, so they want the people to just forget it. Like, I'm just going to assume the police did that because that person's a criminal, and then we're going to stop talking about it. But if we keep, no, this was murder. This person didn't deserve that. This officer was in the wrong, and we're going to keep saying it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not going away.
I say it all the time. I'm not the average mother. I'm Samuel Sterling's mom. And me being Samuel Sterling's mom, I'm going to continue. And no matter what happened, as long as I can talk about my son, I am going to continue. Because that was my baby.
Yeah.
And if don't nobody else talk about him, I'm going to talk about him. Yeah. That's my baby.
Do you have any last words on how people can get involved or for similar victims of police crimes?
You know, like I say, tell everybody, keep talking about it. Keep talking about it. You have to keep talking about what's going on. And a closed mouth don't get fed, as my mom say. But you have to keep talking, because the more you talk, the more people will be aware of it. The more you keep trying to show up for other people that's going through similar things, the more and more it happened. When I went down to Patrick's thing, I seen it all on the news. Why am I down there? I'm fighting for him, and I'm fighting for myself. Mm-hmm. I'm fighting for my son. It's just simple as that. Mm-hmm. People didn't even want me down there. But I'm going to continue fighting for my child. I'm going to continue fighting for us, period, because it's not going to stop at my child. It's going to continue and continue and continue. And it's just crazy. I believe every police officer that have killed someone shouldn't be on the force.
Yeah.
It shouldn't.
That seems like common sense.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. It shouldn't be. Yeah. You should be eliminated.
Yeah.
Because that's wrong.
Yeah.
You done got a taste of killing. You're going to do it again.
You took a life.
And you're going to do it again.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that's fair. Because you didn't just kill my family. Brian Keeley just didn't kill my family. He killed his family too. And even though his family happy, whatever, God got they mark on him too.
Yeah. And
that's where he failed to understand. His day is coming. And it's just as simple as that. And that's where everybody should be able to speak what they want to speak. They should be able to fight for what they need to fight. These officers that's hurting other people should get up out of there. Yep. And the people officers that's keeping it quiet.
There should be consequences for them too.
Yes.
Yeah.
They should.
Because they're upholding that system.
You know, you sit there and think the biggest gang out here is the police.
Yeah.
That's so biggest gang out here. Mm-hmm. They stick together no matter if they're right or wrong.
Yep.
They stick together. And they're the biggest gang out here. Until we as a community come together, they're winning every day. Mm-hmm. Some of us scared to say something, and I don't know what you're scared of because, hey, if it's your time,
it's happening whether you're scared or not.
Yep. And until it hit home, you never know.
Yeah.
And it will hit home because they got too much power.
Yeah, absolutely. To everyone listening, if you're interested in joining the Alliance Against Racist and Political Oppression, or if you want more information on what we do, you can find us on Instagram at Grand Rapids _Alliance and Facebook at Grand Rapids Alliance Against Racist and Political Oppression. If you're in the Grand Rapids area, we meet every Wednesday at 7 p.m. at Fountain Street Church. We'd love to have you. Thank you, Andrica.
Thank you.
For sharing Estee's story with us. We really appreciate it. Yeah. And thank you all for listening.